Hey everybody, welcome to the Leo New Moon uh, recording for tonight. Will be followed by a meditation, which I specifically just wrote for today. So working on strengthening and reaffirming and healing our solar plexus chakra, which is perfect for this Leo new moon because uh, Leo governs the solar plexus. It's also the element of fire coming in, the fire signs. So that's good. You'll see in the meditation there's a lot to do with fire and purifying, and we're kind of in this like stage of like stoking it up so that we can stand in our truth and our personal power and all that good stuff. So it's a really good moon. We'll see what the cards have to say in a minute here. Um, it's interesting, like solar plexus focuses on knowing our worth in this world and having a sense of pride, which is such an interesting thing because obviously lions are part of a pride when they're working in community. Um, and when we say pride too, that's just like it's a healthy ego. It's in check. Like it's not, you're confident and strong and in your abilities, but you're not over the top, right? And then when we're in that state of confidence and self-worth and self-empowerment, we tend to make better choices in our life. So this moon is encouraging us to do those sorts of things, to um, to really work on that solar plexus chakra and heal it. If there's any healing needing to be done, I think that'll come up for you in the meditation. So I do encourage you after the cards to stick around for that. And yeah, when we're making good choices in our life too, that's, I mean, it's never a bad thing. It leads us to our ability to utilize and know and understand what our personal power is. And then from this place and making wholesome choices, it enhances our freedom in this life. So, sort of been a theme of what everybody's sort of been striving for these last couple of years. There is a lot of talk and concern around that word, the freedom word, which unfortunately became one of the bad F words, which shouldn't have, through this process of everything that's going on this planet right now. Anyway, there's also some other things going on. There's lots, like I said last night, there's lots of conjunctions and things. I'm not an astrologer. I've sort of paid attention to it. The only thing I really kind of like focused on when I was reading through all of it is that comet Neowise is also going through the our space at this time. Um, so comets in general are harbingers of major change. So, and that's definitely something I'm picking up on is that that's a really big place we're headed right now is that there is going to be a fairly significant shift coming up here. So, yeah, this is the time to stoke up that fire. It's all about being bold, being confident, being yourself. Hopefully, over this last couple of months, you've really been doing the work to figure out who that is and what you stand for and what you believe. It is safe to be yourself and explore your heart's desire. That's the big thing coming out of this Leo new moon and Leo season this time is really, having the confidence to go out there and all of the heart's desire that what we want to do. And so it comes down to passion, right? Stoking the fire and living our true heart's desire and passion. Yeah, again, it's just working on all those aspects, keeping a clear, uh, the inner conscious, our self-expression, and just, yeah, really truly stepping into our soul's mission and our soul's desire, heart's desire. Um, the other like aspect of solar plexus is that it is I do is the predominant thing of it. So what that this is like it's time for action to put these things into place, to stand in our personal power and freedom, and to start to live our heart's desire. So, there is like a little piece of this where it's like we are still needing like a bit of rest as we go through these big energy shifts. So I kind of likened this to lions. If I'm not mistaken, lions are very similar to, the cat kingdom. Um, and they do rest a lot. They do sleep a lot. So rest when you need to, but then when you're in your waking moments, it's all about action and doing. So and in terms of the lion, again, what their action in doing is providing food, looking after their pride or their families. So again, those are still things that are coming up for us to do, and yeah, it's just time to kind of like stoke that fire and get it going. Um, Before I read the moon cards and just see what the read is for tonight, I wanted to do, like last night I talked about kind of the lower three chakras were sort of healing for the earth. So I'm just going to do one card for each here. So if you're interested in kind of putting some energy too into healing those chakras for yourself and for the collective, but also just actually the energy of Gaia, um, then I'm just gonna get like how do we heal root chakra this time? Being the source, happiness. That's a great way to, yeah. It's not going into that lower energy and fear. So finding moments of happiness and being the source of that for others and yourself. Um, so, not faking happiness, but finding ways that we can be happy. They do exist. Otherwise, I think we'd all just be crying in a corner somewhere. So, whatever that is, again, that heart's desire, start finding those things that make your heart sing and make you happy and put a smile on your face. This is how we'll help heal root chakra. Okay, and now we're going to ask how we help heal sacral chakra. That's so sorry. It's creativity, which is like the positive aspect of this sacral chakra. So, being the instrument. Okay, so creativity is it's different for every person. We all have different ways of being creative. But if you do nothing else, the best way we can heal the chakra, I think, is to dream. And like really dream, like imagine better things. I talked about this last night, like envision what New Earth is. Um, Draw it out on a map. Uh, Plan what it looks like. What's the feeling? How do people act towards one another? So yeah, we heal with the exact way that you would heal your normal sacral chakra, with creativity. All right. And then we're going to ask how we heal now the solar plexus, which will tie into tonight. I always use this. This is funny. When I do energy work, because like the center of solar plexus to me, when it's in balance, and you'll see this in the meditation, is always about joy, always about like the bright sunniest day, joy, feeling happy, feeling joy. Look at like all the words that are coming up to like very positive aspects of how we heal those three chakras for ourselves and for the collective right now. So Awesome. I didn't do that reading last night. I wanted to do it and I never got to it. So I just love that card too. Little rainbow, joy, feeling. So yeah, again, more experiences, especially like we said, because we are like it's Leo solar plexus, trying to be more just finding those moments in the actions you're doing of things that provide you happiness and joy. It's it sounds so elementary, and it kind of is. So it's definitely Sam's coming in again. You'll always make an appearance. See, hi Sam. Do you have happiness and joy? Yeah, I know, but you just want to spend more time with me. Wish I wouldn't do all these readings and stuff. All right, let's get to the actual reading for the moon, and then the meditation will follow this reading. And I just want to preface the reading a bit. I'll do that in just a second. Let's get these cards read. So I just pulled a card here for the overall meaning of this moon. Oh, you can't, honestly, like I can't make stuff up. Courage, which is part of, again, it's the cowardly lion turning into, we're turning into, it says being greater. It's time for us to be greater, to stand in our power, to have this, to know we are strong, courageous, steady, and true. And it's time for us to uh, step up and step out into the world. That's awesome. Okay, so this moon is fully about stoking that fire of courage in us. All right, let's do, as we always do, we're going to do the three cards I use, the Moonology deck. And then, yeah. Okay, so for this moon, the first is just talking about a little bit of balance, spirituality, and practicality. So, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of the concepts of like that we're not spending all of our time. We do want to raise our frequency and be in that higher energy as much as possible, but we still are in this little meat suit at the 3D level. So just making sure that you have a balance in there and you're not tipped one way or the other, because it's at this time it could be pretty detrimental to us. The answers you need are coming. I think this is a thing for the collective. So this moon is starting to, there's also an aspect to this moon of revealing. There's a lot of reveals coming up. They've been ongoing since we've started doing these, even holding space Sundays. I've been talking about that for a long time. So it's just time. Allow all the information to come in. It's good news though. A win-win outcome is forecast. So as this information comes in, the balance scales get a little, we're here one day, we're up one day, we're down one day, there's bad news, really bad news one day, there's okay news the next, like it is a little all over the map, but just hold steady and true, because it's balancing itself out, and it's almost done. Like there is an end in sight to this. So just keep doing the work and it will be fine. All right. What else do we need to do? Okay. Okay. So, woo. Oh, what's going on here? No, 4. Okay. Oops. Okay. So the first one we got is the Camel Boy. This is small steps and asking for help. Number 33. Very lucky number. Okay. Small steps. So again, we're still going through this process. You don't need to take leaps and bounds. Rest when you need to and keep going. And ask for help. That's the key of that card. we're not doing this alone. So if you are like I was struggling on Monday, I was in a very strange place, and it's just like reach out and like even just to talk to somebody about it. You don't it doesn't they don't have to like provide you an answer. It's just nice to get it out and be like, oh, and then they realize other people are feeling the same way. Um, Also, for this moon, what we need to do is flow, letting go, and natural movement. So, yeah, you know, to me, this card really is saying too, if it just seems like it would be very healing for all of us to be in water. So, if you can go to a lake or even the swimming pool and just get the body moving in water. And then in life, allowing that flow of energy just as things come. We just observe, we watch, we make good choices. Um, and, and that sort of like definitely feels like what this period of time is going to be. So, not, um, yeah, not fighting it or like expecting more. Just let it come in the small steps and integrate every day. It's just a process. It's part of what this Lion's Gate is going to be about for the meditation. So if you do feel compelled, come and do the 8 days or do each day. It's just going to like fortify our chakras and help us to be at rest and relax and go with the flow a bit more. And then we have the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. So this is again staying in the highest vibrations of love, not sinking down to those lower energies, understanding that manifestation is happening so rapidly. It's so critical what we're thinking at this time. So have some positive expectations. I know it's hard. It's like we're convinced that the rug is going to be pulled out at any moment, and we have to get out of this mentality. And we've also been, I think, convinced that like it's not possible to dream that big because again it comes down to the power thing. It's like we've been stripped of that power, all of our powers. And I don't it's just sorry, time's up. Like I'm taking it back, we're taking it back, and we're just done. you know we want the collective wants this positive world. We don't want to keep living in exactly what we're doing right now. And that's what people are waking up to. And it's just time for us to stand up and create the world positively that we want to see. Again, still work to do, but it's just keeping that mentality. And then we get the fire card for today. So it's good. Solar plexus, we're healing it and stoking it up and understanding how powerful we actually are. Um, the phoenix, rising, resurrection, surrendering to change. Everything's about to change. That's inevitable. We can't do anything about it. It's easier to surrender and watch it happen and go with the flow and then integrate it and then do your thing, keep those positive expectations. We are in the process of like, it has to burn down to the ground. And the fire has to burn itself out so that you have the ashes for the phoenix to rise out of. We are the phoenix. The collective is the phoenix. We are rising out of the ashes. It's just taking time. It's a frustrating process. It can be a heartbreaking process. But everything that is coming up indicates it's going to be fine. It's just that we have to do this. Like I said last night, healing doesn't just magically happen. Sometimes it does. Sometimes there's spontaneous healing. It's a really rare energy on this planet. Um, so we sometimes the only way we heal things and the way we learn as a soul is to go through the dark night of the soul. And like I said, right now, the planet and the energy of Gaia and all of that is going through its dark night of the soul. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. We just have to be patient and take small steps and continue to, just Stop trying to control and worry about everything and focus on moments of joy, creativity, and happiness, like the card said. And here they go again. Okay, so I asked what we need to do. Uh, First one, release control. Stop trying to make all the changes. You don't have to make it's the solar plexus card too, isn't it? Yep, sure is. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to manipulate the outcome. Just be yourself, be in yourself, be with yourself, be confident, do all those things that we just talked about, and understand and go with the flow and allow what's happening to happen. I mean, it's happening anyway, so you can fight it or you can flow with it. I always say, I have this analogy, I've had it forever, is that, when you're surfing, you can either be out in the tumultuous waters and be thrown around and thrown into the shore and have the roughest ride ever. Or you can get up and surf the wave. You have the confidence, you have the ability. Pop up and surf. It's much easier to surf into the shore and it's much more fun actually than to be in the water being bashed around. We also got lighten up. I think this is a thing to, oh, and this is funny, last quarter moon in Leo. So what's coming with this is this is definitely more of an energetic thing. So keep working on lightening up those chakras, uh, clearing the heavy, dense energy from ourselves. It's not just about an attitude of lighten up, you're being too stringent or any of that kind of stuff. It's purely energy related. So again, trying to lighten and expand the energy in a more positive way instead of taking on these darker, lower energies. And the last one, focus on the positive. I mean, really, we're going to just leave it there because that's the overall thing is be confident, be yourself, understand that major change is happening. We don't have much of a part to play in it, except for that we need to be being creative and envisioning what's coming so that we, manifest that. So those are the types of work that we should be doing during this moon. We're going to get to the meditation next, and it's going to be about, right now, we're going to focus on healing the solar plexus. There's just one thing I want to say before we do that. It's because it's been coming to me for a couple of weeks. I wasn't sure where I was going to fit it in. So I'm just going to leave it here for now. And what we're going to do is probably it will be more like Holding Space Sundays, but I just have to get this off my chest because this song is in my head. It's not leaving me alone. So in terms of what's going on in the planet right now, or the world, or whatever you want to call it, 3D, is there's the really strong push starting to pump up the fear around the seventh wave. As soon as I heard that was really amping up, this song popped into my head. And so I'm just going to leave this here with you. This is just a little tidbit. It's not part of this meditation. But maybe we'll get together on Holding Space Sunday and talk about this. And if I go live, then we can get together and chat. So if you want to come to that. Basically, the song that keeps popping in my head is Love is the Seventh Wave by Sting. So I'm just going to read this part. At the still point of destruction, at the center of the fury, all the angels, all the devils, all around us, can't you see? There is a deeper wave than this rising in the land. There is a deeper wave than this nothing will withstand. I say love is the seventh wave. Manifest that. Let's just all stick that in the back of our head. I have that earworm song and it's stuck in there. So maybe go listen to the song after the meditation or tomorrow, and let's start making this a thing. Love is the seventh wave. Anyway, the meditation's coming up next. I do want to just preface before I get into the meditation. that I did use a lot of the affirmations out of this book. It's The Complete Guide to Chakras, the vintage edition. Unleash the Positive Power Within by Ambika Waters. Yeah, I love this book. It's like a great quick go-to on the chakras, but it's really in depth about all kinds of things in the universe. So anyway, the affirmations do come from this book. They are not my own. I just want to like give credit where credit is due. So that's it for tonight for the moon. Yeah, it's really just about let's heal this solar plexus chakra and starting to move forward. Um, our action, our call to action when we're not resting is it's time for joy, it's time for creativity, and it's time for happiness and standing in our own personal power and not letting anybody take that away from us. Have a really good night. I love you, and I hope you enjoy this meditation. I find it is a very powerful one. Happy new moon in Leo, and we'll see you hopefully for Holding Space Sunday or next week with the Lionsgate lead up meditations. Have a good night. Love you. Closing your eyes, settling into your body, and making sure you're sitting comfortably, rested, relaxed. And we'll begin as we always do, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. As tonight is a new moon and void of moonlight, envision yourself outside at night. It is pitch black all around you, but as you gaze up the galaxy of stars, they begin to reveal themselves to you. Breathe and rest. In the dark and silence, we feel at peace. Turn your focus now to your solar plexus chakra, located at the center of your belly and up to the sternum. Place both your hands over top of it. And again, take in 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, all the way down to the solar plexus. And then release each breath through the mouth. Breathe and release. Continuing to focus on the solar plexus, feel the energy in your hands and in this chakra called the Manipura. Feel into the chakra and envision a small spark of yellow light that begins to twinkle within the dark space. Breathe and observe. Keeping your focus on the spark, we will first work on the energy of our personal self-worth. We heal this aspect through affirmation. You can now just listen to these words and allow them to resonate through you, or repeat after me. I am worthy because I exist. I am worthy of love, kindness, and respect regardless of what I have done. I am worth my weight in gold. Notice now that the spark has grown into a small flame. Breathe and know your worth. Focus now upon that small flame, and we will now heal the aspect of confidence in our solar plexus chakra. Again, allow the affirmations to resonate, or you may repeat them after me. I am confident in the goodness of life itself to see me through. I am confident in my ability to make my life work. I am confident. I am enough. I am powerful. and I am whole and strong. Noticing now the flame has grown into a full-fledged fire. Breathe now and feel your strength and confidence build. Focusing upon the fire within you, this energy is able to clear and cleanse the solar plexus chakra. It clears and burns away all that no longer serves you. Focusing deeper into the flames, we now heal the aspect of freedom of choice, which is the ultimate determination of the solar plexus chakra. The choice to be ourselves, the choice to love, to choose respect and kindness, and to do what we know is right. Again, allow these affirmations to resonate through you, or you may repeat them after me. I choose the best for myself. I choose health, healing, and happiness. I choose goodness, light, and love. I choose the power of life. Noticing now the fire has become a glowing white light. This light is so blindingly bright. Notice how it pulses, and then it continues to expand and grow larger and larger. Breathe and feel the freedom that comes with your empowered choice. Focusing the attention onto the bright white light, continuing to observe it as it expands to envelop all the space around you. This pure crystalline light brings ease, grace, and peace into your field. We now focus on the light to heal and purify the aspect of our personal power. This strong sense of personal power allows us to make things happen in our life, and we choose a path of mastery from it. We are able then to influence others and make changes in all situations in the most positive and highest good for all. Again, repeat the affirmations after me, or allow just the words to resonate through you. I accept the power of my being to produce health, love, and joy in my life and in those around me. I know that I am a powerful and wholesome force for good. Notice now that the light has grown to resemble our sun. At the center of your body, you radiate out the beams of high-frequency light. This light of pure love. Breathe and stand in the light and pure energy of your personal power. Maintaining your focus in this powerful energy center of love and of light, we stand firm in our personal freedom and power. We now heal and integrate all the aspects of solar plexus to discover our strong center of personal empowerment. Here we will only focus on placing one hand upon the solar plexus and the other upon heart chakra. Solar plexus chakra extends into the realms of the heart chakra. Solar plexus, when healthy and healed, will influence the way we respond to situations with love and compassion. When it is out of balance or over-egoic, we are disconnected, we make poor choices, and we can become manipulative. Here now in this moment, with our healed and whole solar plexus, we connect to the heart and raise the frequency of both chakras. Notice now the sun begins to glow even brighter. It envelops all the space around you. See the sun now, not as we see it upon earth, but as it's seen in space, a molten fireball, pulsing and emulating through colors of red and orange. Now envision that you can see within the fireball that the face of a lion appears, confirming for us that we are courageous, steady, and strong. I am the light of my soul. Breathe and embody the powerful, loving, and strong and capable soul that you are. Here now we take a moment of silence, breathing softly and slowly. Now beginning to return your attention to your body, breathing in 3 times again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. As we come down into our space and our body, continuing to rest, returning now to heart center, remaining in that field of love, ease, grace, and peace. Pull your energy down to root chakra. Bring yourself into your space, connecting and grounding. Taking in one last nice big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. May peace and love and healing be with you.